Hello, Vaughn. How's it going? I have a new t-shirt. Hello, Annie. Hello, Orange Creamsicle. How's it going? Hello, Ruby. Check this out, y'all. 72 quintillion EU. And today, I wasn't planning on streaming today, but I needed to document some stuff that happened. The first thing that happened is when I woke up this morning, we had fully power failed. Like there was nothing in the wireless EU. Either that or we were really close to running out. Nothing actually like power failed in my base. But what did happen is my antimatter was consuming so much power and it didn't have enough stuff to work. So it was like going crazy. I've reset it all. And the big problem was we didn't have enough UMV superconductor. Um, and because of that, we weren't annihilating any antimatter, even though I think we literally had 36 million antimatter just sitting in the background. So I needed to do a couple of things to solve this, and I wanted to document it. Hello, everybody, by the way. Hello, Cyrus. Hello, Chaotic Tabris. Hello, Ruby. Hello, Annie. Hello, Orange. I hope everyone's well today. I've just been doing a little bit of building on my own and a little bit of slow progression. I have some things to share with you, though. Look at this. I just like this little area that I've built. It's between two buildings back here in the industrial complex. And this is going to be literally the fluid shaper building. And that's it. It's just going to be 128 fluid shapers. That's pretty much the whole building. So that's how Endgame starts to look after a while. So the way I solved this, chat, I used to have these 6 DTPFs, and they were for my auto crafting, and everything was great. I have now moved some stuff to other DTPFs. So I have 1, 2, 3 dedicated DTPFs for molten superconductor base. And there's a thing that happens when you level maintain stuff. What ends up happening is you spend time in transition where you're crafting the requisite ingredients to make the main craft and also calculating the craft. And then there's like time when the DTPF is not crafting anything because it's waiting for the next craft to come in. So I've solved this by creating a pattern that says that it makes half of what it actually makes. And so what ends up happening is this requests 8 million whatever superconductor base. It actually gives it enough for 16 million. And then it starts crafting, and once it gets 8 million, it goes, okay, we're good to go. Send in another craft. So it's a really stupid solution that like keeps 100% uptime on these DTPFs, which should be more than enough to keep us happy on power. So I have 3 of them running with UMV supercon. My Hypogen DTPF is still running, and then I had to like put some more amperage into my spacetime DTPF. And all of this, because we're using convergence and whatnot, requires exotic catalyst. And that's another thing that I had to balance. We were power failing because another reason we power fail is because this transcendent plasma mixer has as many parallels as you give it. And that just eats your power, right? It just eats straight wireless power, and that's it. So in order to balance all of these things, I had to do some like crazy testing and stuff. And well, just like we've gone through a lot of different ways, and I'm finally, I think we are antimatter, like passively able to craft everything we need for antimatter on time and generating a surplus of power as well as a surplus of space-time, which is used to make the antimatter stuff, exotic catalyst, which is used to make space-time, and everything in between, which is really funny because it's just such a fun balancing act. And if anything goes wrong, my base is probably absolutely fucked, right? Like one little puzzle piece goes wrong and then everything crashes and burns. So I'm taking a lot of backups basically. The jank keeps janking. Exactly. I'm just janking it. I'm janking it. So I wanted to document that for VOD. I also wanted to show off that we have a Tier 7 compression field generator. So what we can do today is get a Tier 7 planet going in the Eye of Harmony, and that's what I want to do today. So another thing that I also did was I made some stabilization field gens. So this is currently a 7 1 eye of harmony. And this 1 is responsible for giving me increased success chance, lowered output, and that's equal. I don't know what the math is on that. And also lowered power penalty. So it's been a while since we've upgraded this because it's not mathematically super like useful, but it's there. So let's replace this with, oh, whoops, with that. Cold janking it, yeah, exactly. And then after we do some Eye of Harmony stuff, I have some circuits, some optical stuff that has been needing some love for the longest time. All right, that should be it. Here's what we're gonna do. So we need to fix, there's helium and hydrogen gas that's been left over here, and we need to get it to an equal billion. Hello, Solarius, how's it going? Thank you for the lurk, and thank you for the Gigantify emote. I hope you're well tonight. And yes, have a great night. So, with these perfect spacetime compression field generators, the tier 7s, we can get a tier 7 planet. I'm gonna adjust my video settings real quick because I literally can't see the UI without it. Let's go here, then right click this, then check out. All right, what tier 7 planet do we have, chat? Which one are we thinking about? I see Cooper Belt, Nequadria dust, ooh, and like a little bit of molten universium. Am I crazy, or is the texture of that changing based on my UI scale? All right, what else does Cooper Belt have? Cobalt, plat dust, naquita dust, nequata dust. Oh God, it's getting into my brain. Uraninite, neutronium. What about here? Halmea. Oh, I just dinked water, Finger Dash. Cheers, my friend. Oh, how are you doing today, Finger Dash? How is Siberia? How is the cold or the warm? Is it summer in Siberia? It must be, because it's North Hemisphere. What is summer like in Siberia? Infused gold, Desh, uraninite, thorium, nequata, enriched nequata. I'm thinking we take the nequadria, honestly. It's kind of hype. 164k versus 95k. Is there anything here that's worth it? Nequata. None of this has like infinity catalyst or anything useful, so I think we just go with the highest nequadria at this point. Enriched nequata, thorium, vanadium. The vibes are immaculate. I really love this song. I've been listening to this song on repeat. This reminds me of a lot of things. Right before I started streaming Gregtech, actually, I broke up with my partner of, it must have been 2 or 3 years. And this song reminds me of them in a good way. I think I'm healing and moving on. And this song has been, I don't know, it reminds me of them. So I think we go straight for the first tier 7 planet, the Cooper Belt, and go for the Nequadria dust, because that's always needed. Let's grab, okay, also how much does this need in the Eye of Harmony? So each of these recipes requires that I load exactly 8 billion liters of helium and hydrogen. All the rest of this base recipe chance, all that stuff is like, who cares? But yeah, we got that 8 billion. I don't think I've ever been to the Cooper Belt. We might actually need to do a little space trip. I'm moving today, so I'm extra tired. Good vibes to recharge. Lovely. I wish you good luck on the move. That's always hard. That's always a challenge. All right, let's program in this Cooper Belt planet. We literally have to go and grab stuff asteroid rock and neutronium ore. I actually wonder if I can just craft this outright. It's like I'm gonna balance the music just a little bit. Also, Orange, how are you doing today? How is your GOG run going? I see I've been like dropping in here and there, and I see a lot of twist stuff going on that I don't understand. Oh, honestly? So we just need to find 64 neutronium ore somehow. That might be harder to do than I think. Because we only get the end variation through space mining. We could probably find this version through void mining, which I'm surprised that there isn't any actually. Maybe I just need to wait for void miner? Let me go check on those, by the way. -30 to -40 Celsius. I don't understand that. I'm too American for that. What is 30 to 40 Celsius, chat? In freedom units. Con los ojos tristes. Oh, actually, wait a minute. I don't even need to check. We're good. Thank you, the way I set this up previously. Hello, Hobwater. Hot. 86 degrees Fahrenheit to 104 in Siberia? Bro, that must be like whiplash because like you get the crazy winters and that type of weather. That's wild. Oh shit, also I want to cross out. I've been doing a little progression chart. Hello, Hopwater, by the way. How's it going? First time chatter. So I don't know if you guys can see this. There we go. So I've written down the numbers of all the different casings I need for Eye of Harmony, and the circles are what I've researched, and the cross out is what I've put together. So I can cross out 7 and 5, and we're about to research 6. So that's what it looks like now. And this is researching number 6. All right, let's get this planet going. Cooper Belt. It's quite easy to protect yourself from the cold here, but from the heat, yeah, I feel like with heat, there's nothing you can do. But luckily, I'm like used to 100-degree weather. I feel like in the US, it just is like that sometimes. All right, so we need to find out 2 billion. Wait, what the fuck? 190 billion? What? Wait. That can't be right. That can't be right. 100 million, 190 billion? What happened, chat? How did we... Alright. Gonna go the militant way. Okay, there we go. Here we go. Missing planet block, not enough hydrogen. Enable the recipe. Seems like we're running out of helium, so I'm gonna go divert or running low at least on helium. So this is gonna slowly spin up, and I'm gonna go set up a space pump to get our helium going a little faster. Hello, Pole Plays. What are you setting up tonight? Tonight I'm just chilling around. I got a couple of different things to set up. We just set up a tier 7 Eye of Harmony, which is going to unlock the last part of the UMV quest book for us. We need to gamble on some Universium. The only way to get this is from tier 7 and above Eyes of Harmony. And then from there, it's just hop, skip, and a jump to Stargate, isn't it? There's mag matter. Oh my god, there's a whole slew of different things we gotta do. How are you doing today, Pulsey Plays? Alright, tritium. Yeah, we're probably okay on tritium. Let's figure out what's helium. 5-4. 5. Man, I wish this UI were anything but what it is. This is like the second worst UI since Mapiary, bro. There we go. Doing pretty solid. Seems like a fun time. Yeah, we're doing great. Yeah, I'm like finally generating enough energy to do stuff with antimatter and finally have enough infrastructure to provide all of the ingredients we need stably for antimatter. Although I guess that remains to be seen. So yeah, this is gonna slowly load up. You'll see we're at 3.5 billion each until we hit the 8 billion mark. And once we hit exactly that, it'll start. And then anything over 8 billion can cause a recipe failure. It's like if you go 5% over the amount, you will literally not get anything out of the Eye of Harmony, which is kind of crazy, but it's a thing. Okay, so we've got those two things done. Let me go check on our to-do list. More QFTs, that's always a thing. What QFTs do we need? And I wonder how fast I can craft them out. Let me think of, there's one other thing I'm gonna do. Actually, I should do this now. I'm going to restructure my circuit assembly lines for opticals. This is currently what we're running off of, and this is not enough. So I'm going to use some of the subnetting technology that I kind of uncovered in this setup. We're gonna do a full line of optical cals right here. I think it's gonna be 16 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 16 times 8 is what? That's 128 optical cals just for the first thing. Hello, use of the clouds. How much EU per tick do you think you're making? It's about 50 trillion EU per tick. Do you get energy or is it just a big fuck you? For now, it's just a big fuck you. Once I get a 777 Eye of Harmony, theoretically it's power positive, but it's so little compared to antimatter that it doesn't really matter. And then when you overclock it once, then you're already 3/4 in the red, right? So you go 1 power positive and then 3 Eye of Harmony is worth nothing, right? And overclocking it is basically the only way to stay sane, I think. Hello, to Beju. I hope that's how to say your name correctly. These endgame numbers are a little bit insane. The scaling goes a little bit crazy. This is like the 4th time we've listened to this song. Let's see, what else do we got today? Men I Trust. So let's get a couple of these cals. This is my new design. Basically, I have a subnet that takes all of the recipe items, right? And I use wireless to distribute that to a dual interface storage bus combo. So this subnet is just a single stack of cals. And then I have a subnet that like distributes these cal recipes to each a subnet that distributes the cal recipes to each cal setup. That's kind of what I'm trying to get at. Sorry, it's very confusing. It's easier to see here. So this thing holds all the items, and all of the items are visible to these cal subnets via a storage bus. Men I Trust? What the fuck is a bad song? So I'm gonna implement this technology over in my optical factory. And yeah, hopefully this will help us a little bit. because the amount of circuits we've been needing is really high. And I'm tired of this shit being slow, so. Can we see your playtime? I really want to know. Of course, yeah. 1 second. We are at 1540 hours plus Leaf's 400-hour contribution. I've been wondering about this because I wonder if this means I get a single player gate, because Leaf dropped out around IV. And ever since then I've been playing alone, pretty much. So I kind of wonder about that. Okay, we need more Cals. This is a new one. Where is our Cal recipe being loaded? I think you get a multiplayer one and he gets it too. Okay, I'm down to give Leaf the gate, high key. I wouldn't have done this without him, right? Alright, we've got an AAL doing circuit assembly lines. Which one is that? There we go. UAL at UIV. Yeah, that's good enough. And we need 128 of these. Fuck it, let's set them all up today, baby. What's the hurt, you know? And then we can just hit them with the UXV hatches whenever. Okay, coming on through. 5 ticks per recipe. You know what, this recipe right at the beginning, oh, it was only 60 seconds? I feel like it was like 800 seconds last time I checked. Maybe that's something else. Hello, Brianna, how's it going? Hey, here, I'm 9. The rules mention that a person has to have been there at least till EV/IV. That is true. Alright, we're gonna need to get all the circuit imprints for this, which I didn't even think about. So one thing that they don't tell you in GTNH school is that you can wall share a wireless energy hatch or an energy hatch with a circuit assembly line, because circuit assembly lines will never take over 1 amp and you can never multi-hatch them. So anything that you can never multi-hatch, I think can be wall shared with an energy hatch, because they can only theoretically take up to 1 amp for a recipe. And because hatches provide 2 amps, you're good to go. That's my read. Wow, I'm old. I just got dad jokes at the waz. I don't know. It's just me. Alright, 1,000 stocking input buses. Fuck it, we ball. Damn, that's pretty quick. Crafted my first Cal? Lovely. Yeah, no, we ball around here. Now I need to set up all the recipes. So let me remind myself of this one. Actually, I do want to see if the Eye of Harmony is working now that we're here. I saw the International Space Station fly by and I had pork belly for dinner. That sounds like a lovely day. Like, it's the little things that count, right? I think you nailed all the little things. Good thing to eat, a superb real life thing to do. That sounds like a great day. Alright, so our recipe success chance is 36.53. Running 1 parallel. Takes about, what is that? 19 trillion EU per tick to run this? Damn. Damn. And we're getting approximately 0.11 liters per second of molten universium. How long is this going to take also? About 3,000 seconds to run 1 cycle. Do you know the bandifications? No, I haven't heard of that. Oh god, what did you do, Hollow? I made oh wait. Did you implement the thing that Naya and you were cooking? Uh the plasma exoticizer thing? Okay, here's our recipe. I'm gonna pin that. I'm also gonna go over here and steal this design. It works really well. Okay, I await to hear about it because I definitely want to implement that soon. We're gonna be there soon, so we need to somehow line this up. 1, 2, 3. One, chat, do I know how to fucking count? Mark paste. No, I don't know how to count. Take 3. Oh, thank God. All right, let's see how close I want that to the... Somehow this is 2 blocks, and I'm not really liking that. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, though. I guess that's 5 blocks total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll go 3 blocks from the edge and just not think about that. Hello, Mr. Nibbles. How's it going? All right, my paste, I need to move it. Nope, not Y. There we go. I don't like that. I keep... Nope, not that either. Nope. There we go. How does 1 feel? Okay. We're just gonna copy and paste this straight out the gate right here. Oh yeah. I don't know what this song is, but I'm loving it. With this last change, it should be even more insane. Okay. What are these insane changes we're doing? Doing pretty good. Struggling to figure out how to get packed ice in Stone Age. Whoa. I think it might spawn naturally, actually. Well, you could definitely do some Stone Age Thaumcraft. I don't know if you can Stone Age Crucible. You actually should be able to, depending on your version, if you can do the villager trade. There's this. There's Pure Daisy, but I guess that's not Stone Age. There's Snow Queen, that's not Stone Age. I think it spawns naturally. If you're not doing Garden of Grind, that might be a play. Okay, what is going on here again? This stores onto this, which should be on mainnet. Okay, yeah. Gang, I might have not thought this through. I won't have pillows or blankets for tonight and tomorrow. Uh-oh. That's no good. I wish you luck with that one. Alright, so let's stock up our circuit assembly lines with the correct things. This has to be in order. Optical fiber cable, enriched holmium. Let's just copy this like that. Hello, Delta. How's it going? It's been a minute. How are you doing today, my friend? Cheers. Yeah, the glacier biome is probably how you're gonna get that. Actually, let's do the whole... Oh my gosh, thank you for the follow, Profaned. I hope you're well tonight. I appreciate that. Mark paste. Texting me on my iPhone 5. Good, I've just been lurking. You've been lurking it. Lurking it. And by it, sorry, chat, I will control myself. I promise. Actually, I don't promise. I might just wait for LV because I don't have a glacier near me. Yeah. What do you need it for? I actually, I don't know if I know of a single hardened ice usage. What is blood doing with this? You can't be doing blood magic. That's insane. There's no infusion either. Iceman's backpack? Rule 2, tisk tisk tisk. Ban me from the server then, coward. That would be funny. All right, a couple wireless connectors for the road. All right, are you guys all good to go? So I'm gonna do this. And then I want it to be pretty, so I'm going to flip Z, which looks like it doesn't do anything, but it should flip the output facing direction. Perfect. Oh my god, Profaned? Thank you for the Prime sub. I appreciate you, my friend. Are you a Gregtech New Horizons player? I don't think I've seen you in my chat before. Okay, we do need to get circuit imprints. We need to craft some of these first. So this is the speed of my old setup. And this is what this looks like. It's kind of clunky. I actually really don't like this old setup. But yeah, we'll make 1,000 in a couple seconds. I'll show you. Damn, glass is such a pain in the ass in endgame. I need to make like a bunch of ugly ass arc furnaces and put them in a corner somewhere. All right. So each one of these makes 16 and 3.75 seconds. So 4.3, I think that's 25 or something, 33 per second. Which is probably, it's going to be the same exact rate for this, but we're going to multiply it by 16. So that's the plan today. Iceman backpack, yeah, I'm going for the soft, going for 100% quest. If I were ever to do 100% quest, I would have to go backwards. I am such like a efficiency router. I hate the thought of doing something and then realizing that it would have been just easier if I had progressed a little bit and gotten some better tools. I don't know why that always makes me sad. All right, some sliced circuits is what we needed. And we use these sliced circuits to make imprints. Of course it's Bartworks. Who else would it be? That's why it's a challenge to do it this way? Exactly. Dude, that's why Kat and Vin always had my respect for that old world, because that is so hard to do. All right, I have been told that I can punch the optical thing into the controller with Ring of Loki. And I want to give that another try today, because I feel like it should work, but it just doesn't. That's so unfortunate. I guess we'll just do it by hand. Shouldn't be too hard anyway, as long as we keep track of our numbers. Why does it say 48? Is 48 correct, chat? Yeah, 16, 48, okay. Actually, wait a minute. What's the song that I'm thinking about? It's not Falling Water by Maggie Rogers. What is that song? Is it Alaska? Yes. Have you guys ever seen the Pharrell visits NYU and talks to students about their new compositions? And Maggie Rogers is up there, and Pharrell just goes, and he like looks at his guy. This is that song. You'd hate my world then. It's not that I hate anything like that, it's just that I could never play like that personally. I'm a very, like, efficiency-minded player, I feel like. Okay, so what we're gonna do now, we're gonna set up this subnet, and this is going to be our new optical subnet. This should take a pattern, and it's going to be this pattern that's stuck in here, and we can tear this down afterward. And what this will do is we're going to take a wireless hub, seeing your room empty is so depressing. College things, right? Yeah. It's the start of a new thing. All new things are a death of some kind. The death of the old is what brings in the new. Okay, so that works the way I think it does, and then basically all we need to do is connect this to mainnet and give it some channels. How did I do that over here? Okay, in the grossest, jankiest way ever. Let's get wireless right here. We can get rid of all these wireless connectors too. I'm wondering what the best way to do this is. Maybe like... Hello? Is my 2 key broken? Sometimes I feel like my NEI just does that. I don't know really why, but... Let's grab this. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Hello, Azuna, and hello, Raiders. How's it going? Oh, I keep doing that. ME optical. Give me 1 second. Just gonna link this, and then I'm going to show you guys around. How's it going, Azuna? How was your stream today? The RNG Greg Lords of Bees are not with us. That is so real. Hello, Raiders. I'm hoping that the bees did not get you too down. Most of you are probably new viewers because I don't know. I feel like, actually I don't know. If you guys are new viewers, this is our world. This is the grid. You may recognize some images if you play the game at all and watch the loading screens. Today, we got a tier 7 Eye of Harmony. So we got a little universe simulation going on. And yeah, we're doing well. We got that. We've got some power generation up, which I can show you guys. Got a raid and run. I'm on a 1 hour overtime for my usual schedule. Well, peace, Azuna. Thank you for the raid, and thank you so much. Let me give a little shout out real quick. So, we've got 72 quintillion EU right now that I just set up recently with some antimatter power production. So if you guys have never seen that before, here's that. Look at this cool ass thing. Like, tell me that's not kind of sick. That's pretty cool. This consumes, I don't know, a whole fuck ton of EU per tick, and it outputs a whole fuck ton too, with this big SLAM, shielded Lagrangian annihilation matrix, which makes 2.16 E17 EU something something, who knows. The grid, a digital frontier. I tried to picture what it would look like. Hello, Philzin, how's it going? Yeah, so this is what our UMV base looks like approximately now, and we're still scaling, but yeah. So today, my project that I was just working on that you guys just found me doing was scaling some optical circuits. So that is the last tier of circuits in 2.7. And I have a nice little subnetted way to provide all of the patterns and stuff for this. So here's what I'm going to do. I am going to get the output subnet up. And then this needs to be black colored to not interfere with the other channels. And then we get a wireless connector on this middle one. So this middle one takes all of the items stored on it and just puts it back into a mainnet interface, which is this bad boy. Oh, it occurs to me that I should have moved the wireless connector like one block. I suppose we'll live. I guess that works. Here's another thing I'm going to do. I'm going to switch the song real quick. So here's what I'm going to do. Optical processors. I am literally just going to partition this view cell so I can only see optical circuits and that's it. Like that's all I want to see out of this. That way I can easily queue the crafts and stuff. Perfect. All right, so this is our black receiving net. I'm going to copy this frequency, paste it to here, and copy and paste it here. This will be black. And I think we're good to go. So all I need to do now is move this pattern to this side. And let's try calling this. We should see the items all pile into this subnet. And then all of that should be viewable from this circuit assembly line, but we'll see in a sec. Little wraps. Perfect. So everything is here. Even our mutated living solder. No recipe found. This is why we do what we do. Mutated living solder. What's going on here? Optical processor. So it's got the cal imprint. It's got all the items that I think it needs. Did I organize this wrong? Drums, please, fab. Chat, anyone spot the problem here? This vexes me. That is the recipe. Wrap, optical SMD, optical diode. Mutated living solder is here. Everything seems to have channels here. I honestly could not tell you what's going. Wait. Maybe it's with the subnetting, actually. No, because the items are being shown. Wait a minute. Now I'm really confused. Okay. Let's go through this step by step. So it doesn't seem to have the solder. Maybe that's the problem. Although this has channels, and it is stocked, and the device is online and enabled. So let's check one more thing. Fluid storage bus, ME storage bus. Fluid terminal. So nothing. Oh, why is that partitioned to indoloy, bro? All right, well, there we go. It doesn't need to be partitioned to anything, actually. There we go. Everything's online now. That's a funny problem to have. What was I thinking? Alright, so Windows output, ideally we should see them complete the craft in mainnet, which they did. So this is perfect. All we need to do now is copy this module and paste it like 16 times and pray that it all works out. So what we're going to do right now, I'm going to clean up this part, geometry, set all air. And how is everyone doing tonight from Azuna's stream? What are you guys up to? What GTNH ages are you in? Oh shit. I got cursed with full inventory. Oh no, 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 no. Uh-oh. That needs to be online. Okay, you're good. Actually remembering I have the MM to build cable lines this time. Let's go, Nova. How's it going, my friend? Got the MM on your side. Got the big iron on his hip. So let's copy this. I think it should be like this. Let me edit, transform, reset. There we go. That's exactly what I want. Let's just hope we have all of the things we need. And this is assembly line mode, and it doesn't have an imprint in it. So let's go set those all in. What are we missing? Creative energy cell, neutronium energy cells. Of course, because we burned through those like candy. Ever since Aditya said... Chat, how the fuck are we out of Fluix dust? Oh no. We gotta solve something small. There's mixer recipe. There's combs. What? How are we getting? How have we been getting Fluix dust previously? Let me. What else can we listen to? We've got. Let's see what the Maria's radio looks like. A little bit of Magdalena Bay. Crumb. Totally forgot about Crumb. Let's see, Lejos de Ti. Oblivion by Grimes. Fuck it, we cue that. Some cigarettes after sex. Maybe not. The Cranberries. Lamp. Oh my god, Lamp. How could I forget about Lamp? Currently rebuilding the monoline in personal dimension so I can get the Cerium eventually, and finally got my meteor setup going after pulling out my hair for 2 days. Damn. What was giving you the problems with the meteor setup? Well, we've got 5.7 million Fluix crystals, so I guess all we would need to do is grind them down. We could also do this mixer recipe, which I don't mind. I don't hate this. Why are there 2 recipes? What is this? Skill issue. Different waters? Oh. Oh, why would I... What? Why would I ever use an equal amount of distilled water for an equal recipe when it's just more energy dense? I don't understand. That's so funny. Alright, let's just send it with this one. Not the distilled water. Stop. That seems like an NEI trap to any poor soul. Do we have a circuit 4 mixing machine? Yes, we do. I wonder, wait a minute, isn't it possible to create like Fluix crystals in... There's some like Fluix recipe in chem reactors, right, chat? One was eating cables through 7 blocks of warded glass. That's crazy. Is it like the uncharged Fluix crystal that's in the chem reactor? No, there's no Fluix anywhere. What am I thinking about then? Maybe it's like charged Certus or something. All right, what are we missing here again? Neutronium cells. Just a casual 100 neutronium energy cells. We ball like that, bro. It's nice to see my factory's been getting like consistently faster as we've been adding to mass processing. Like I thought that we wouldn't really see the benefits to like smaller crafts, but the response time actually is really high. Now that we have some of this stuff going on like hundreds of well, not hundreds, on like tens of machines. Like it's nice. It's actually I was not expecting the responsiveness that I'm getting. Overchanting 270 bound pickaxes was also fun. You did bound pickaxes? Holy shit, that's gotta be killer. Man, I would not be caught doing that. The void pickaxes are just a lot easier in my opinion. Alright, that should be all of the circuit imprints for that. So we just fire these up, I think, and then we connect the wireless and then we're good to go. Just has to be unbreakable. Or nearly unbreakable if void. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The void is just really easy to make compared to bound pickaxes. I feel like I would probably shoot myself in the head if I had to craft that many bound pickaxes. That's crazy. The enchants do matter. Efficiency really helps with speed. Shout out to the wireless hub in Nightly's as well. It allows you to connect multiple wireless things to one hub. It's nice. It is really nice. I think if you guys update for anything, that's like one of the biggest features, I feel like. So the cool thing about the way that I've set this up is that it scales really well. So I don't need to do anything special to set up more of these. I just literally copy and paste it. And that's why I've like I finalized on this design, I think is the thing that I'm happiest with. So this is how I recommend setting up circuit assembly lines for most people. Because like, look, it's like done. All I need to do is put the imprints in and like ball, pretty much. I'll also do the wireless connections. Lovely. So we do need to hit these all with imprints and stuff. I think we'll start working on the assembly lines now, and I can just do the rest of these on my own time. The cals, at least. And I think I'd severely underestimated the amount of cals that I was going to be making. I think I only made half of the circuit imprints. I think we're making 256 circuit assembly lines. How stable is your nightly? It's pretty good. It's good. There's one problem that you guys might experience. So I'll let it speak for itself. Whenever you, where's iCore? Where are you? Check this out. Whenever you do a pattern that has a sencha in it, it will client crash, and then you're like good to go if you're on a server. But that's like the only big like stability issue that I've noticed. Everything else is pretty chill. Why do I feel... Where's my ring of far reach is like letting me down right now. EXU1 voids. Oh, Delta says, good luck on the stream. Gonna catch some Z's. Peace, my friend. Get some good sleep if you're still around. Knack when? That's exactly what I've been saying. Unfortunately, I don't think the knack is coming to 2.8, which really disincentivizes me to play 2.8 because I feel like this is one of the biggest complaints about 2.7 is that circuit assembly is like a little bit hellish, low key. Like the amount of work that you need to put into circuit assembly lines and spamming them is far beyond what feels fun generally to get Stargate, in my opinion. So the fact that the all-inclusive mega circuit assembly line is not coming to 2.8 is really saddening to me. Honestly, does not incentivize me to play it, actually. Endgame looks enjoyable with matter manipulator. That is true. It is really nice. Are you using the quantum link? Yes. At least you can paste stack them without cheating. Yes, that is also true. Like it's much better with matter manipulator. I can't even imagine how it would have been to try to stream this game pre-matter manipulator. Okay, something is wrong because my ring of far reach is definitely not working. There we go. That's better. I think I'm reaching too far now, chat. That doesn't seem right. What the hell? What? Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. Something is awry. I think there's something to do with matter manipulator and the ring of far reach. There's something going on there. I don't know what it is, but... Alright, I'm also going to fix these subnets and get them up to spec, and I'm going to see if we can overclock these lasers, because I am so tired of these circuits being like dead slow. Like, it's the worst. So we're going to waste power on this and do just whatever. So, okay. UEV 65K laser hatch is 1.37 E11, so that's 100. It should actually tell me, right? Where's my Wyla? Shouldn't that be telling me the throughput? I feel like that's told me the throughput. Yeah, so this has throughput in it. Why doesn't this one? Maybe it's just the targets. Okay, 137 billion EU per tick can go into this theoretically, which means UMV wireless, or UMV laser, more like. 34 billion times 8. No, that doesn't work, does it? Yeah, world edit would have been crazy. I have zero interest in endgame pre-matter manipulator. Exactly, yes. Matter manipulator is causing me render issues with fonts on the client. I actually had that a lot. You can do, actually it wasn't even matter manipulator that I was doing. You can press F3 and T to reload your textures for a quick fix. That's my pro tip. All right, so here's, wait, throughput that. 137, 34 times 8 272, which seems like it's 2 times that amount. How much are we taking here? 256 amps? I'm trying to think about this. We could do 64 amps of UMV, which would lower our laser overclocks and hopefully not power fail. Or we could just do a 256 amp UIV, which we don't have those. I'm lazy. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or sorry, 8, 16, 32, 48. So we need 32 more targets and sources. Copper plasma. Well, I know that now. I just had to restart the client for a full second time in the 10 minutes. I had to do that a bunch of times, and then Aditya helps me figure out the T thingy, and that saved everything. What feature made you update to nightly? Well, there's a combination of things. One of which was that nightly allows us to do some Universal 2.0 shenanigans. So I wanted to try Universal 2.0 on benders. And the reason why is you can't fit enough cribs, like enough pattern space on benders as they are. If I were to do a single bender each, even then I would struggle fitting all of the patterns. Currently we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 interfaces worth of bender recipes alone. And we're not even in, well, we're in endgame. But fitting all of that onto a single bender, let alone quads, would be an absolutely terrible. So having a system that distributes patterns out all to the quad benders was something that I wanted to do. So Universal 2.0 was kind of like a no-brainer almost. Another thing was the fact that void overflow cards get added, and I'll show you how I use those. I like them especially in ore processing. Whenever I do bulk storage, the void overflow allows me to sticky bus or sticky card directly like a storage cell, and then just throw a void overflow card on it and never have to worry about it. It's wonderful. So like, for example, like obviously I'm never going to overflow a singularity card, but I still do this because because I don't know, that's just who I am. So let's take like a dust that we need, that we have a lot of. Let's do all 3 of these. And you can just chuck this void overflow thing, and anytime it goes over it, it just voids it. And that's, I mean, that's very self-explanatory, but it's a very simple thing that you can throw directly onto cells. And I find that so helpful. It makes so much easier. And then I just take an IO port, drag all the items within the cells, and then chuck them in. And then also another thing I do to tell which things that I've filtered into cells, I get a view cell with an inverter card, chuck those items that I've filtered, and then throw that into a terminal. So this terminal only shows me stuff that I don't have filtered into cells. And then this shows me everything. Universal 2.0 is complicated. There's a lot of documentation, as Philzin is saying, there's documentation in my Discord about it. It's very complicated, and it's nightly only, and it's unstable. It requires some testing, and a lot of things are subject to change. So you're gonna have to be frustrated with it for a while if you do end up trying it. So that is my forewarning for you. All right, let's shut this all down. I'm gonna get rid of the patterns here so we don't have any issues. Oof, this is a big undertaking. I wonder if I can... That's crazy! I can put patterns down into the world. I actually really like that. All right, so let's tear all this down. Do you just do it manually with view cells? Or wait, what do you mean? What's the alternative to manually doing the view cell thing? This doesn't need storage anymore. Can get rid of this. Okay, I think that's good. Then we just need to get the wireless going. I wonder if it's, no, it's kind of clean and cute this way. So I'll get rid of that. Get a little neutronium cell going here. And then we need to do our storage buses. How do I actually want to do this? We need our wireless connection to our subnet that's providing items, right? So let me set that up right now. And then we need a dual interface from that. And then we get storage bus and fluid storage bus set to extract only. And that will take the items from our collection subnet and show them to this subnet. And we still need to make the output subnet. Okay, things are coming into view. You can put everything down, right? Wait, sorry, I haven't caught up with chat. How do you make it show only stuff that's not filtered on its own cell? I think with magmatter running, that means I'm officially in UXV. Damn, he beat me. I'm not quite sure what you're asking. I think I might be able to explain it by saying I put an inverter card on the view cell, which shows me the opposite of what I filter on it. So it like blocks out all the stuff that I filter on it. And that might be the way to describe what I'm doing. What else we got today? A little bit of Pink Panthers never hurt us. Okay, and this is orange. Connect you to that. Connect you to that. And then how many channels are we rocking on this? Ooh, we're already at 32. That makes sense, I guess. So we'll need to do a new connector for this. Good night, Hollow, by the way. And congratulations on UXV, you beat me there. Darn. Always one step ahead. All right, that seems to work. All right, chat, I think that should just be good. Let's do all of the rewiring. This is the stuff that I'm not as excited to work with. Let's do a quick exchange. This is the target, this is the source. Set mode exchanging. We're going to exchange the target hatches first, so we don't explode anything, and set it to replace with the UMV target hatch. No explosions, please. Okay. Oh, does it recolor them too? Oh my god, matter manipulator. We're going to replace the source hatches now. No, come on. Set block, laser source, replace with UMV laser source. Pray for me. Finish placing blocks 7. That's menacing, chat. Why 7? Shouldn't it be 8? It seems to have worked, begrudgingly. Yeah, I will. Yes, of course. I gotta get the screwdriver going. Thank you for reminding me, Annie. And let's just do a little scanner. 0 EU per tick. Oh, I mean, I did turn off the active transformer. That would actually do it, right? Let's screwdriver these first, though. So this should already be like 4 times, maybe 2 times as fast because of the overclock. Maybe even less because of the overclock rules. But we're going to go a little bit above and beyond. Okay. This is the real test of fate. Do we explode anything today? It's all UMV, it's all UMV. Okay, no explosions. No one died today. Let's try digging up the pattern real quick. This is the mainframe pattern. This is the assembly pattern. Probably should have guessed that. Alrighty. And then I'm going to color these cables appropriately. Wait, that's not right, chat. That's not right. That's the wrong pattern. This goes here, and we pick up this one. Damn! What do you mean, damn, Ruby? You praying on my downfall? Holy shit. Get a load of these guys. Alright, let's see if this power fails or not. That's what I'm most scared about, because laser overclocks are so weird. The formula for them is just... Here, I'll show you. Multiplies power by 4 plus 0.3 total laser overclock count. And then also you have to take account of the fact that based on the amount of slices, it multiplies the total power. Like, oh man, such a complicated, it's like per recipe, it has a different laser overclock. Such a pain in the ass to work with. Literally the worst part of AALs is that overclock formula will make you power fill constantly. And how do you allow stocking buses hatches to connect from any side again? You use automatic snips. Oh, that's what, Annie, that's what you were saying. I'm so sorry, chat. I am not keeping up today. I should be. I'm just not locked in. Gotta grab some Z's. Good night, y'all. Good night, Mr. Nibbles. I hope you're well, and thank you for popping in today. Alright, what is going on with the molten glowstone, huh? Molten glass! Holy shit. Damn, we might have reached the point where we need to make more fluid extractors. I didn't think the day would come. But here we are. Alas. Molten tin? Bruh. There you go. Where are these glass panes being made again? Who knows? I wonder if we rolled our Universium yet. On next year's April Fools, we gotta change all of our names to 7. That's a good prank. I like that. Alright, so we rolled 0 for the Universium. Unlucky. Next time, chat. When slam will we get 4 megas? Okay, wait. So we're going. We're 2-ticking our optical assemblies, which is a lot faster than was previously happening. This looks so goofy. What the fuck? Another thing about advanced assembly lines that makes them horrible is they contribute to so much lag because they cannot one tick. Like it's physically impossible for them to one tick, or go below one tick. They can't sub tick, is what I'm trying to say, and that alone makes them like really annoying to work with. But luckily, we're not power failing. We're going extremely quickly through all of the items. That's just so goofy to watch. And that's one of them. So I think that's a very good upgrade. And let's keep copying and pasting these. Hopefully in 2.8. Yeah, it doesn't sound like it. It sounds like devs are pretty tired. And Penguin, one of the devs for NAC, or the main lead dev on the big circuit assembly mega, is writing his thesis right now. So he's plenty busy. He's very busy. All right, checking in on you. Good to go. We got our items back, which is good. Oh my gosh. And then this system is so much easier to copy and paste if you want to do multiples of it, which is why I was so excited to upgrade to this. Life gets in the way, as always. All right, so I need to do some surgery. We need to somehow replace all of the relevant parts of the automation without causing any destruction and mayhem. And here's what I think I'm going to do. Let's get rid of all this connective tissue. Let us copy this. Or actually, I think the easier way to do this is copy from the top, so I can take the paste from here. That should work. I don't know why it says we're missing an ME hatch. It must be some type of item that can't get put into the matter manipulator thing. Life be lifin'. 2.10, for real. 2.9 is gonna be my era, guys. You know, another thing actually, one of the COG guys stopped by and said that he really liked some of my like OG music, like some music that I made on Spotify. And he gave me the idea, I guess other people have been having this idea, but he gave me the idea more specifically to make like different themes for each tier. Oh, whoops, that's not right. This needs to be connected. Like I was thinking like a rank up theme. So every time you get a new tier, you do get the rank up theme, kind of like the Metroid item acquisition theme. And the second idea was to make the instrumentation change throughout the playthrough. So as you go from like Steam to IV to like, you know, the end of the game, the instrumentation changes so it sounds more like modern as you go and gets synthetic. Assembly lines rotated like that looks silly, but also way more convenient. Yeah, it is way more convenient for stuff like this. I really do like the regular assembly line. Like this is my main setup with the regular assembly lines. I think this is the way to go. Honestly, it looks nicer, but for circuit assembly, like, you just got to be a little economical with it. Okay, that's all connected. So the next part we need to copy and paste is this bottom part. This is the part that I gotta hope does not explode. I guess I could turn this off. Also, is this on? Yeah. That was dangerous then. Okay. That is so fucking scary every single time. Okay, I should probably hit a backup. Hello, Dimitri Scaletta. Can ASLines wall share it? Yes, they can, and I actually have that going on here. So I have little clusters of 2 assembly lines wall sharing. This is as high as you generally want to go. You can wall share the output bus, but that's generally not as necessary. I do that on my CALs, my circuit assembly lines, where I wall share the outputs, but for regular assembly lines, I don't know if I would ever do that. It seems sus, to be honest. All right, so I think I've successfully replaced all of the fixings. Let's see if we can get this recipe going. Let's see if it power fails. We've got 540,000 of these. Very cool. Why are we making silicone rubber? Are we out of QFT silicone rubber? What the helly? Okay, so this should be coming in. It's working. We got 2 seconds per slice. Let's see if it power fails down the line, because that's always an option with these horrible, horrible machines. Sometimes it will make the calculation before it gets all of the items well, actually every single time it makes the calculation. Can I run this? Oh, yep, there we go. Exactly what I thought was gonna happen. When it saturates too many slices, it goes, oh, I actually can't do this, and then power fails. Let's try it like this. Oh boy. Oh boy. What do you mean power fail, bro? How do you have 0 EU per tick? Wait. There's no way! Oh my god. So chat, I found the problem. Oh no. Alright, let's see if this one power fails anyway. Why would giving it less amps be better? So what I think is going to happen if I give it less amps is it will try to do less laser overclocks. So if I give it less than like 64 amps, 63, it won't have enough energy for a full overclock, and then it won't try to do it. That's what I'm thinking. I don't understand it. I need someone to explain it to me. But okay, we survived. That's so stupid. No boom, but we got a power fail. That's who had that on 9 Pico. True. That is true. All right, let's see if this does some funky shit. So that is a little bit faster than what we had previous. Still mega fucking slow. 2 seconds per circuit, and we've got 8 of these, so it's taking, what is that? 8 divided by 2, chat? Is that 4 circuits per second? No, we've got 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, no, 8. We'll get 16 in a second. Chat, I can do math. The funny thing is, I'm assuming that this is going to be a pain in the ass and it's going to have some trouble recipes because we power failed. Sometimes what it does is it'll get stuck, which is the most obnoxious thing to deal with ever. Like low-key, I think I'll just break the controller and void it all if it gets stuck. So here's what I'm going to do here. I think we can just copy this. And then just paste or Rooney that. Okay. Tentatively, I think that worked. That has 0 energy. That has energy again. You're good to go. Hello, ZQM Laser Cloud. How's it going, my friend? Sorry, I'm totally not keeping up with chat like I should. I apologize. How are you doing today? Alright, we might as well. If we're gonna have some recipe completion failure or recipe stucks, we might as well just make it faster, right? How is this copy paste mod called? This is called Matter Manipulator, and you can download it externally. It will be included in 2.8, but as for now, it is not included in the base mod. So you can use it for your endgame needs if you need to. But yeah, it's not included by default in the pack yet. So that's better. It's definitely better than what we had previous. And then let's just finalize our upgrades with this last slice here. Oh, fuck. Do it to myself. Mark paste. Are we out of cables? I'm still handcrafting cables. I definitely should make a pattern for this, I feel like. One of these days. Right now I can't be bothered. We're looking forward to start Nomi post-Hank tonight. Lovely. Good luck with that. I hope that goes well. Let me know how you feel about post-Hank. I know it's very polarizing to most people. So I'm curious to hear what you have to think about it as like a kind of Greg-minded player. Or New Horizons-minded player. How about you? I'm doing well. We're good on power again today. Let's go check on everything actually. Got 73 quintillion EU, which is definitely not bad at all. We got antimatter going strong, using a whole fuck ton of power. I wonder how much we're averaging here. About 2 E13, so 20 billion. Oh, that's not much actually. Or is that trillion? Gotta consult my chart here. Oh, that's trillion. So we're using 20 trillion EU per tick. Wow. 26 trillion just on the SAS is crazy. That can't be right, chat. That is a little bit insane. And then I guess we're only making 50 trillion from that. So our gains are like minuscule. Holy fuck. Either I'm doing my SAS calculations wrong and loading it up the wrong way, or something is up. We'll see, I guess. Should finish Nomi before 2.8 releases so I can start my first GTNH run. That's perfect timing. That sounds like a great time, my friend. Let's see. We're still gambling our Eye of Harmony, still taking most of our energy. I think we're good to go, though. Let's check Catalyst. We're positive on Catalyst, too. Lovely. All right, do we have any recipe stucks? Let me check the ME system. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Actually, no one's recipe stuck, which is good. So I might be able to just empty the subnet of what it's got, and it's gonna be chill with me, maybe. Hopefully. Let's try that again. I'll just send that to craft while we work on the next set. This seems to be good to go. We've got the EU in. All we got to do is set up this subnet again. Alright, we got orange. Oh shit. Got black over here for the outputs. This should be good. And then on my own time, I'm gonna scale this. So we're gonna do 2 more rows of each. And then maybe, I don't know, I feel like this isn't enough for endgame. You have a standard color scheme you use for cables. I only standardize one thing, which is that my subnet, my like P2P subnet is light or cyan. That's pretty much it. Everything else is fairly vibes based, depending on how I'm feeling. Liquids are normally like blue or cyan or light blue. Optical circuits are orange, so I have all these cables orange because I just think it looks nice. All right, let's try this out here. So we're missing 74 optical super. What is going on here? I guess we never sent items into that subnet. We should be okay. Let me pop this in. Those 74 were probably power fails from earlier. Yeah, I think it was either a combination of power fails or stuck recipes and stuff. So I'm just gonna send another set and check that everything's okay. We'll send them to both, honestly. We'll just see if this works. And if it does, I'll multiply this, and then I think I'm happy with our session today. Just gonna check that everyone's running. CEO 9 is coming around to check efficiency. Department of Efficiency. Shit. All right, I'm happy with that because now we're making 8 circuits per second, 8 UAV, whatever this optical supercomputers. I'm good with that. This takes 5 seconds per. Everyone's running, which is good. Let's see if we power fail. This is plugged in, which is good. The only way this would power fail is because it's using 13 slices. It might have made a miscalculation on how much it can do. The English number scale still confuses me every time since my mother tongue we use prefix twice. Million, millionen, billion, miard. Fuck, I can't say that. Trillions, billion, and quadrillions. Damn, bro. That seems to be much more complicated than the US system. Holy shit. Alright, it seems like we're solid on this. Yeah, ish. Okay, I think that's okay. So we can copy and paste this. Die Amis halt. We got Germans today or French today? What's the vibe? Oh, what the helly? What's going on here? What did I do? Oh, shit. Oh my god. I really fucked this one up. Okay, we're gonna start from scratch here. Hopefully that works. I've got little to no faith. It's looking promising. High key. It's got EU in here. You just gotta turn this on. This is not good. No, that was some Frankenstein shit right there. I'm from Switzerland, but essentially we speak German. Damn, bro. Some lore, some Switzerland lore, bro. That's some crazy like number system though. I feel like that would fuck me up like nothing else. All right, how are we doing on channels? Let me double check that that works by sending in some more optical mainframes. When are they adding undo to matter manipulator? I don't know if they ever will. That's like a really hard feature to add, you guys know. Like, that's pretty hard to do. Like, matter manipulator is already doing great. And I think undo would just be incredibly hard. What is the wireless connector you're using? Is it possible to connect multiple connectors to it? This is part of Nightly 912. This is the wireless hub, which is another Nightly feature. Or wireless, yeah, I think it's called the wireless hub. And it allows you to have multiple endpoints for one connector, but it still can only do 32 channels max. So it's really helpful. It's great. But yeah, I mean, it has some limitations, but it's like way better than spamming like little wirelesses. Like I would have had to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12. I would have had to do 20 little wirelesses instead of just this one hub. British English actually traditionally did numbers like that. Wow. French use that as well? Jeez. Weirdos. I think it might be time to upgrade our brasses soon. They've been running on 256 amps of UMV for a while. I don't know if that's gonna cut it for much longer. Why are we power lossing, chat? Why are these UEV? What? Wait. What the helly? Oh, I never upgraded the lasers. So this is the same timing. Okay, okay. Is UEV UEV? How much energy am I giving this anyway? 511 amps. What the fuck am I cooking? 128 UIV, which is like 32 UMV. Okay, so I think a 64 amp UMV laser would be the play here. I need to think about this. Looks cool. How expensive is it? Can you show the craft, please? Yeah, sure. They're pretty chill at my tier, but when you first unlock them, I think an emitter and 8 wireless connectors is pretty expensive for most. Like this is probably not the cheapest thing when you first unlock it, but now that I'm rich as fuck, it's free. So, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. Okay, I am fairly happy with this upgrade. I will upgrade the lasers on my own time and we'll have our power fails and we'll have our fun. Why is this power failing though, actually? Shouldn't it be connected? Why are these not power failed, but this is? I think it might have something to do with the laser mirror, actually. There you go. Attaboy, champion. Let's take out the excess. Oh, actually, I think that needs the excess right now. We'll take out the excess when it's done. Itsy bitsy tiny 256 UMV amps. When numbers get that big, I prefer scientific notation. It helps me ground it without scientific notation, I feel like. Feels like you do stuff way out more on vibes and less standard compared to just using 2 of your best hatch before lasers. Yeah. Yeah, it's very vibe based just for assembly lines. Like the advanced assembly line laser overclock thing, it's just such weird math that just never made much sense to me. I wish I understood it, and if someone can understand it and explain it to me in a way that's like that I can get it, that would be great. But I don't think I ever will. All right, cheers. This is the last of my water. All right, chat. I think we're at the end of stream today. was another short one, but I think I'm very happy with what we did. I see you using all kinds of weird hatches on machines. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. So, we got a couple of things done today. We stabilized our antimatter. We got our first Universium making Eye of Harmony online, and we're just gonna have to gamble a bunch of times until we finally get it going. We fixed our optical circuit crafting, which should be a lot faster now. And I'm happy with that. Oh yeah, our power is stable. Everything seems to be stable for now. I'm gonna make many backups and we'll see what happens. A chill 30-minute stream. I mean, I feel like 2 hours is pretty short compared to what I normally did. Like in the past, I would be getting these like 5-hour streams. But yeah, I think that's good for now. Let's go find somebody to raid. And also, while you're here, I would appreciate, I know you guys are all busy with exams and stuff. I would appreciate if you could take time out of your day to watch my AE2 advanced guide, which I have just linked in chat, and go comment on that. Go give me some hate mail, share it with your friends. I think I put a lot of good information in there and I worked really hard on it. So thank you so much for your support and all of that. Thank you, Philzin. I appreciate that. All right, let's go do our rating thing. Who's online today? Who's up wonking they willy right now? Oh my gosh, no one's playing GTNH at this hour? Okay, we've got two Gregtech players. One of them is Star Technology, Chinese streamer, and one of them is playing Gravitas 2. I have never heard of either of these packs. If we want to, we can give them a raid. I guess there's no harm in that. Let's raid Monstrous Badger. Alright, chat. You know the deal. Be kind to yourself and be kind to others and do the best that you can. And I promise it will be enough. I hope you guys are all well today and doing your best. And I know those exams are daunting, but get some sleep. Go knock them out of the park. I believe in you. And let's go get this raid. Good night, everybody. Oh shit, this is really awkward. I didn't press the start raid button. I always forget about that. Alright, chat. Let's hit this raid. Give them my love. Peace.